Blair says, I have a 19-month-old. At dinner time, he might eat 3 or 4 bites of something and then refuse to eat anything else. Other times, he'll refuse foods he might have eaten just fine the day before. Oh, good grief, because he's 19 months old. Blair, I'm so sorry. You have a 19-month-old. This is just the stage where the kids start to become pretty picky. And man, it can be so maddening. But what you're telling me is that it sounds like he has some okay days and some not so great days. I'm not sure whether he has really good days or not, but you said, what do you, oh, I see, other foods that he might have eaten just fine the day before. What do you suggest? Okay, Blair, here's what I suggest. Couple things. Not to try to sell you a book, but I do think this book is going to help you, and it's so inexpensive on Amazon. Plus, if you belong to any of the Kindle subscription clubs or Audible, you can get this book for free and the audio version. So Raising a Healthy, Happy Eater, it talks a lot about what you're approaching, which is the terrific twos. And the one thing about this 19 months to about almost age 3 is that growth really slows down, like drastically. And because of that, the kids don't require the same amount of calories and they're not as hungry. So what they do is they have these good days and these off days. And you're asking me the most important question of all, which is how do I make sure that my little munch bug doesn't get stuck in the off days, in the picky eater trap? And the way you do it is that you continue to offer a variety of foods, a little bit of preferred, a little bit of semi-preferred, and a little bit of never tried this before, but it's safe for me to try, right? And that way he continually gets some good exposure. Couple ideas on how you can keep track of that. On that free toolbox tab on my homepage that I told you about, and again, I'll put the link for you in the comments. There are 2 different things that you can download. One is a food diary where you can record exactly what your child's eaten over the course of a week and get a pretty good idea that he's still okay. And then likewise, take a look at my expose, explore, expand chart, because that will help you keep track of what you've been exposing him to make sure that you're not accidentally giving him some of the preferred foods too often, where he thinks, you know what, if I just hang in there, my favorite foods are coming, because kids pick up on those patterns pretty quickly. But I think probably Raising a Healthy, Happy Eater is going to help you the most. My co-author of that book, Dr. Namali Fernando, we call her Dr. Yum. She has a pediatric practice called Yum Pediatrics. And she actually, when kids come in for their 18-month well check, she sits down with the parents with this book and encourages them to read the Terrific Twos chapter to kind of give them the heads up that, hey, guess what's coming? A really challenging time when it comes to feeding children. And you're just entering that right now. So I'm so glad you asked the question. The most important thing is if he refuses it, let him refuse it. And just know that you're going to be able to offer a healthy snack in about 2 hours. He's going to be okay. Let him get on that hunger schedule, we call it. And on that free toolbox page, you can download a free graphic of what that schedule looks like, put it on your refrigerator and stick to it, and make sure everybody else sticks to it too. That'll get the kids to a point where they're always hungrier at meal times than snack times, so that they're more likely to eat those not so favorite foods because you're exposing them to more foods. And that's how kids love to they love to eat things like Brussels sprouts and broccoli and gosh, the things that we tend to think, oh, that's not kid food. With enough exposure, he'll get there.